Thank you very much. It's an absolute honour to be speaking to you here this morning. It's a real thrill to be here. Believe it or not, I spent, on and off, 14 years studying at this university, and only last year did I officially graduate from my MBA and attend my own graduation. So I feel at home here this morning. It's nice to be back so soon. Today I'll talk through my experiences throughout my time here at UWA and throughout my AFL career, the recent transition into the media and having my own business interests, and share some of my learnings throughout the first 36 years of my life. And in part, I'll talk about why I love the game of AFL football. But a recent encounter with a young fan left me, well, somewhat rattled. I was sitting in a cafe down near Cottesloe Beach with my young family, and this young fella just walked in front of us, staring at me as he went. I didn't think anything of it at the time until a few minutes later the same kid walked straight back past, staring at me. He stopped straight in front of where we were having breakfast, looked at me, and so I looked up for my breakfast and said, "Hi mate, how you going?" He took one step forward and said, "You know what, if you dyed your hair black, you'd look exactly like Matthew Pavlich." How quickly they forget. Many of you far superior to my intellect may well be sitting there thinking, what could I possibly learn from a footballer? What pearls of wisdom could he impart on me today? I mean, why would you listen to someone that's kicked a ball around for a living and who arguably has never had a proper job? You'd make a good point. I had 17 years of being in and around a football club change room where there is no prerequisite to being drafted onto an AFL list. No level of schooling, university study, particular footballing background or ethnic group is required to be drafted. By very definition then, an AFL list, an AFL club is diverse. As such, I played with a wide variety of players with a wide variety of intelligence. Some ducks at their school, some not even finishing year 10. One such example that I can share with you this morning is of a player in their downtime in the change room was going through some letters that he brought in from home, and he was opening up this one particular one from Telstra. He proudly said to us all as he opened it, "Oh, how good's this? Telstra think my bill's outstanding." True story. Okay, so the bar's been lowered. So then, because my daughter's favourite number is 8, here are my 8 notes of life. Number 1, have big ambitions but a short-term focus. I wanted to play 300 AFL games and be the best, but I didn't really know how to do that or what to expect. So I just focused very hard on the next training session, the next team meeting, the next ice bath, the next moment. So then, focus on short-term goals. Not only will it see your achievements along the way that you make just as another box ticked, before long you end up so much closer to what you really want, and you'll be surprised and not that satisfied that when you do get to your goal, it'll just mean you'll take a deep breath and be hungry for more. Number 2, do lots of interesting stuff. Footy was my passion and a large portion of my life. That said, I always thought of myself as more than just a footballer. I always tried to have other interests and wanted to keep myself busy. Here at uni, in business, in meeting lots of other different people, reading books, going to art galleries. Yes, believe it or not, I do that. The saying goes, fill the pages of your glorious youth, for it will soon be over. So travel, eat, laugh, learn, experience, have interests, be interesting, do stuff. Number 3, respect, have it. For others, for your parents, if they've been good to you, for your peers, for your elders, and most importantly, for those lower than you, for those who actually deserve it but rarely get it. I spent over 25 years around a football club, be it junior, amateur or professional level. And at all those different levels, the fabric of each club is built upon volunteers, support staff, just because they love it. They are hardly paid a cent, but they are the club. I always knew the true spirit and character of someone when I saw how they treated those support staff members, how much time and how much love they gave back to them. So when you all end up world-class teachers, professors, CFOs, CEOs, economic gurus, financial experts, whatever it is, know these types of people in your workplace. Know their names, their interests, their families. Give them the same time you'd give a superior. Treat them well, always understanding that they're the real cloth that hold everything together. Number 4, failure is good, embrace it. A former coach of mine once told me, look son, in AFL footy, there are plenty more kicks up the arse than licks of the ice cream. And he's spot on. And it's a bit like life as well. Despite the individual plaudits or success, I've failed a lot in all walks of life. I won as much as I lost while I played. So dealing with setbacks, failures, injuries, mental demons were all a part of my career. It's about accepting failure, taking meaning from the experience, and ultimately moving on, having learnt for the next time. You do learn from when you succeed, but when you fail, it's more primitive, it's more visceral feeling. It cuts through to the bone. But it's with these failures that helps you succeed. Without failure and hardship, there is no growth. And ultimately, failure cannot cope with perseverance. So stick at it, learn, adjust, and things will turn. Number 5, have a purpose and find a passion. I was one of the lucky, fortunate few in life to get my dream job, to do every day what I always wanted to do. They say that if you love what you do, you'll never do a moment's work. And for much of my career, it felt that way. But to stay in that dream job, to stay at the top, you have to understand your why. Why are you getting up? Why are you out running laps in November when it's 38 degrees and no one is watching? Why are you at St Kilda Beach in the middle of winter when it's windy and raining and 10 degrees outside and you only have a pair of Speedos on? Why put up with 8 concussions and 10 operations? Having a purpose helps define why you do something others will not. It helps you set yourself apart from the masses. Find your why. Number 6, even though people may look like they have it all sorted, they don't. Those who look like they've got it all under control and act composed, confident and balanced are probably not. They're just acting really, really well. The reality is I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. I mean, I'm lucky to have a young family and business interests and a job in the media to distract me, but since retiring from the AFL life, it's been a definite shift, a change in pace, and in some ways I can see more clearly. It feels like the blinkers are off and I've opened up and can see a vision and life outside of the bubble. But that focus I had, that absolute dedication to my profession, my boys, that's long gone. And I've had to move on and find other ways to scratch the itch. So don't worry if you haven't found your calling or achieved what you thought you might by a certain age. Just keep doing and keep filling your life. Things will work out. And if they don't, well, they will eventually. Number 7, you don't need confidence. Confidence is a bit like smashed avocado and eggs. It's nice to have, but it costs a lot, and the reality is you don't need it. Being confident is a nice feeling. We all like being confident, but you don't need it to succeed. Confidence comes from action. What you really need to do then is act consistently, over and over and over and over again. Confidence comes from just doing things over and over, not always succeeding, but by doing, by learning, regulating and acting. If all else fails, just do more and think less. Ross Lyon used to say that action is king, so act, do, and then the rest, including confidence, self-belief and your self-worth and all that other stuff, will generally take care of itself. Number 8, get comfortable being uncomfortable. The only way you will grow and develop is to put yourself in challenging situations and stimulating environments. No one has ever achieved anything great by cruising in second gear and feeling comfortable. A former strength and conditioning coach used to push us to the limits in the gym and out on the running track, constantly putting us through physical pain. In order to improve your ability and to run and grow your muscles, he'd say, you must put those under stress. No stress, no growth. So then, get used to feeling uneasy and unsure, to sweaty palms, nerves, anxiety. We all need it, we all feel it, it's all normal. In fact, I got to a point where if I didn't feel sick in the gut or a bit anxious before every game, I'd start to get worried. Push and challenge yourself, or if that's too hard, get people around you to push and challenge you. It will feel hard, it'll feel awkward, you won't like it, it'll be awful, but it'll be all worth it. Okay, that's number 8. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some guidance to your next challenges. Congratulations, you have graduated, but this is just the start. The real hard work starts now. So work hard, treat people with respect, put yourself under some stress, embrace failure, have a purpose, do lots of interesting stuff, and be as good as you can be. Not comparing yourself to anyone else or trying to be better than anyone else. Just be your best self. It's all in front of you. Thomas Edison once said that opportunity is missed because it's dressed in overalls and looks like hard work. Don't miss your opportunity. Thank you.